Good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing good. This is the fifth Power Hour that we're hosting with our Slave Mastermind squad. I'm super thankful to be part of this group of amazing ladies. So far, I've learned so much, and I think that's something that we can all keep in mind that no matter where we are in life or how many years of experience that we have, we can always grow, learn from other people, and always have that student mindset and always wanting to, oh, Alyssa just replied. That's so funny. So yeah, we're using a different link right now so I could record it. Anyways, if she joins, she'll see. Okay, I wonder why. Yeah, I'll just reply that we're good. We are good. With my link. Okay. All right. So one thing that I noticed in the first few days is that we all have different ways of working this business, but the angle is all the same, right? We want to connect with people. We want to expand our network. We want to help people with the solutions that we have to offer. And at the end of the day, what we want is to be able to offer them and invite them to something. So whatever way you're using, eventually you're going to find something that works for you. And the only way to figure that out is through action, trials and errors. And I know sometimes we don't want to be doing any mistakes. We're scared of saying the wrong thing. Well, guess what? That's part of the process. Saying the wrong thing is part of the process. And when Barbie was talking about her first messages that she sent out, I was like, oh man, this is like me. I did these things too. So it's kind of like we have to accept that we're not supposed to be excellent the first time, but if we want to become excellent, we have to start somewhere, right? Anyone here who was like scared of inviting before starting this whole week? No? Oh, then not so bad. Okay. All right. And how are you feeling, guys, now? Better? Is it becoming more natural? The first time I hosted a team call, I was like sweating like crazy. I was so nervous. It felt so uncomfortable. I felt like I sucked. But you know what? Today I'm more comfortable, even though English is not my first language, and it's still like a step. It's a bit more scary. It's scarier for me to do this in English and to do this with an amazing crowd too of other ladies that have been running this week. But the only way I'm going to get better is by doing it. And the only way to face our fears is what? To face our fears. So if ever you're scared of something, sometimes it's the exact same thing that you should be doing. All right. So I have a document for this Power Hour that was actually put together by two of my coaches, Anne and Jacinthe. If you're online, thank you so much for doing that. They've been running Power Hours for the downline in our organization a few times. They did that a few times live in our team page. So that's something that you can recreate through your own team, right? If you want to go on a Zoom with your coaches and say, hey, let's work this morning at 6 a.m. before the kids wake up, do that. It's also our responsibility as the CEO of our own business to take initiative and have that leadership. So not just like, this is an amazing environment, and I'm super happy that you guys are taking this and wanting to work with all of us guys, but like, you have also the ability to create those opportunities for yourself and team up with other people. So before I get to the official Power Hour with the timer and everything that we're going to all go work together, I thought I could be sharing a few of the things that I do with my business, a few of the tools that I use, because I feel like the other girls have shared so many things. Like, I mean, I'm fairly new to the Instagram world, which I love. I've been very strong on Facebook, but I'm really just learning so much about Instagram right now. And I do have a lot of things that haven't been mentioned, like tools that I'm using, not a lot, but I mean a few things, tips and tricks that I can share with you. So how about we do that? I'll show you what I use, and then we'll go straight to the inviting, connecting, following up, and all that great stuff. All right. Oh, one thing that I noticed too with all the girls, or almost, they all had a very clear intention of what they were doing. I love the idea of getting to move before, or putting music on, whatever you need to be in the groove. I like writing my intentions. So, and even like saying affirmations before this call, I was saying affirmations. I was saying that I wanted to inspire you guys. I wanted to help you. I hope you're going to feel like this is helpful. So setting your intentions before you go talk to people is also something that's very important. Thinking of how you want to make them feel is also going to set the tone for how you're going to be talking. So you can take a sip of Energize, and I'm going to share my screen. All right, I'll go to my desktop. And this is the scary part where I'm not sure if you guys are going to see me. Okay, so you see my inbox here. You see my screen come up? Yeah, thank you so much. So I'll go straight to my page. So I have a like page. I started it almost exactly the day that I became a coach, or almost like at the beginning. And I know that social media is evolving, and it's not like, I mean, my like page has been really rocking, if you will, since the beginning, but lately my traction is slowed down. So I feel like there's a lot of people that are talking about that. So now I implemented already what Melanie Mitro talked about to share on your personal page. So what I would do before is post on my professional page and then tag my personal account, but it doesn't really show up in people's news feed. So now I just copy paste. I started that this week, and I have good traction on my page. So that's something to, if you're not doing right now, that you might want to implement. So, excuse me. A lot of the things that I do is with attraction marketing. All right. So I do have my goal with social media. My number one focus is to add value to people's life and to be, a light in their day. So whatever, I always have an intention to either make them laugh, make them think, make them reflect on their life, make them take action, inspire them to make a positive change in their daily life. So this is mostly the post that I'm going to have out there, sharing my story, my journey with the products. And then I'll have a few calls to action here and there. So I'm not promoting a challenge group or the coaching opportunity with an official post every single day. I will have calls to action on my Instagram story, which is like, I feel like it's more natural, and it doesn't feel like I'm like being a promotion agent. So I did a call recently, a video for our team, and I said, do you want to be an inspirational agent, or do you want to be a promotional agent? So I don't want to be a promotional agent. I want to inspire people. So I keep that in mind all the time, and I try to add value. And then I'll have a call to action a few times a week where I'll be promoting either the coaching or either a challenge group. So I want to share, this post is for the coaching opportunity, and it's been pinned on my page for a while. I wanted to show you one recent, let me just find it here, because I want to show you a tool. I've been using it's called ManyChat, and it's a message bot. I think you call that in English, whatever. It's an extension that allows me to have an automatic response reply to the people that comment on a post. So I'm not going to go through ManyChat, but if that's something that you want to use, if you're getting a lot of traction with people, if people are really commenting and getting into your posts and all that stuff, sometimes it can save you time. So this one, typically what I would do with a call to action, and I'd have like a magic word, like I'd say comment info if you want more info. Oh, it says my internet is unstable. Hopefully you guys can see me. All right. So I would say that. I'm sure you can find tutorials on YouTube about ManyChat. Anyway, so I'd have that keyword that say, hey, comment info. And every time that someone would comment info, they would get the automatic reply. This does not replace you interacting with people and like following up and getting interested in their goals, but that's a kind of a trick that I've been using if I have a lot of traction and I want to go faster. This one was different because I used hearts, right? I asked them to comment. I asked them, how can I help you? I want to lose 10 pounds in the next few months. I want to improve my financial situation. I want to improve my health habits and eat healthy. I'm doing translation right on the spot, right? You kind of get it. So I ask people to put a heart. So for this one, I set it up so that anyone that would comment would get my reply. So you see here, it says see response. I click on there, it goes to my inbox. Oh, welcome to new inbox. Let's not do that. And I have the automatic response, and I send them. I sent them for an info group. So I do different things. This one was an info group, and then I shared information, but sometimes I'll send them to my form. So another thing that I noticed with the other leaders is that they all use some kind of a form, right? It's important to talk with people, to ask questions, to figure out what they need, and then you can connect them with the right solution. But at one point, if you're feeling that you're losing people because it takes too much time, and if you want to be more effective and efficient, you can use that form. So I use SurveyMonkey. So most of the times, every time that I do is with SurveyMonkey. So my invitation will go through there. I'll have a call to action, and I'll eventually have people go to my form, fill it out, and then I'll get their email. And then what I'll do is I'll read their form. I'll see where they're at with their fitness. Like I ask questions like, how much time do you have to invest in your fitness every day? What's your fitness level? But do you prefer, like, select the ones that you love? Do you like to dance? Do you like cardio? Do you like to lift weights? What are your goals? Blah, blah, blah. So when I get that form, I go to my Gmail, and then I send them a reply saying, okay, these are the top 3 programs that I'm suggesting that you should be doing according to the answers that you gave me. I give a bit of a rundown, summary of what the program is. So I have like templates that summarizes what each program is. And then I send them a YouTube link to the promotional video of the official like Beachbody, let's say Lift 4 or Beachbody 21-day fix. So they have an option, and then I ask them to reply, and I give them information about Beachbody On Demand, because right now it's pretty much where I always have people signing up with Beachbody On Demand. That's the most, I feel that's what people want anyways, and that's the best advantage they get by signing up this way. So I'm going to show you another thing that I do with my Gmail. So far, so good. All right. Okay. I'll see the comments after. Share screen. I get back to my desktop. All right. Let me see my notes. I want to make sure that. Okay. Another thing I wanted to show you about the Facebook. Let me see here. So you see my inbox right now. So this is on the like page. And the way I stay organized is I use tags. So whatever you see on the right here, labels, I have prospect coach, info coach. This is like my sneak peek, info coach. That's what we call it in French. Okay, so it's a sneak peek into coaching. So that person was added to my sneak peek that I did on June 28th. So every time I want to follow up, I can go here and say, hey, who's my filter by? Sorry, here. I can say, who's my prospect coach? So I have 131 people in there. So when I want to follow up and start or continue to build a relationship, this is where I go find my people. Same here. If I have like all the people that were interested in 80 Day Obsession. So I'll have a tag. Every time I talk to someone, I put a tag on it, right? So I have a way to classify all my information, and I can stay organized that way. That works. Okay. Yeah, it's a pretty cool tool. So the Facebook like page has these abilities that Instagram doesn't have right now, like for managing your inbox. So it's a good way for you to stay organized. I love Instagram, and I'm getting to know it more. And I love the ideas that were shared too about creating albums, collections. So I created on my Instagram 2 collections, one that are my dream team, like Alyssa talked about, and then the other one that would be for future customers, right? So I can put, like, I'll go on their profile, click on one of the pictures that I like, and then I'll add it to the collection, and then I can continue to build relationship with people, and I can go on their stories and connect with them. Okay, let me grab a sip. Okay, my checklist. Show in Facebook inbox, that's done. Mini chat. Okay, SurveyMonkey. All right, just a quick look at SurveyMonkey, and then you'll get the picture of what I'm doing. And then we're gonna get to the actual inviting desktop here. So, I know Elisa talked about a different way to use forms, and she was able to not upload all the answers to an Excel spreadsheet. So I want to check that out because I don't do that right now. I do them one by one. So that might not be the fastest way to do it. And I'm not on streak yet. So that's something too that I want to try. So I have like 2 different forms that I mainly use, and then I will create one for every specific program that we have. So let's say here I have Défi Santé avec Coach Emilie Robidas. So this is like my challenge group with Emilie Robidas. Emilie Robidas. It's funny to say my name with an English accent. So I always go see the number of responses that I have every day. I'm usually promoting a challenge group or a coaching opportunity. So I'll have new people answering my survey every day. And then I can go and see when they answered it. I'll go to individual responses, and then I'll see how many I have like new that I haven't answered. So you see, this is today. Someone filled it up this morning. So I will, when we get started, I'm going to go through all my new forms. I'm going to open my Gmail, and I'm going to make sure I'm making the right recommendations according to their goals. And that's pretty much how my invitation process works. And then I'll just share with you my inbox here and one tool that I want to show you. So you see my Gmail. So it looks like crazy because I have like a million messages, but they're not all messages. These, you see Boomerang here? This is a very cool extension that you can use for following up. If you have a hard time keeping track of your follow-ups, this is a good way for me to not lose people, because if I send a new message, let's say to myself, whatever, let's say it's just Emily. You see down here, Boomerang this in 2 days. Oh, sorry about that. So basically, I'm just going to get out of there because I don't want it to load. Let me just start again. Did you get a chance to see the Boomerang down there? Okay, so when you select that, you can say, in 2 days, send me back that email. So let's say I'll get that back in 2 days, and if that person didn't reply, I have a chance to follow up with her. I'll do that also with my new coaches, if I want to follow up after they signed up and say, hey, how's your training going? And just keep following up with them, make sure that they're plugged in the team page, etc. So same thing with my customers, and then I'll do like 2 days, 4 days, 1 week, 1 month for the follow-up, depending on the situation. All right, I think that's it. Are you guys ready to work? Already took 24 minutes, but we're gonna get ready to work. So I'm gonna pull out my my tracker. So, I mean, we've been sharing different trackers. At the end of the day, you have to decide which one you're gonna be using. So if you're using the business activity tracker, fine. If you're using the runner, jogger, walker, perfect. If you're using win the week tracker, whatever works for you. I know personally, I like to create trackers that are specific to the goals that I have right now. So if I'm saying right now, like I'm in a really good push, I want to increase my results, so I'm going to have higher numbers that I want to hit, but always base your tracker on the activities that you need to be doing. So bottom line, it goes with invitation, following up, and connecting with people, expanding your network. But decide what's your no matter what goal. Is it 2 invites a day? Is it 5? Is it 10? Decide what you want to do and make sure that you commit to that every single day. So we're going to get ready, and I'm going to time us. So far, is this helping you guys a little bit? Yeah? Okay, cool. Let me just go put my timer. Actually, I'll just look at the time. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're all going to go on Facebook. I'm going to wish happy birthday to everybody. And we go to their inbox. We don't go on their wall. We go in their inbox because it's a lot more personal. and they have a much better chance to see your message, because when it's their birthday, they're getting a lot of messages on their wall, right? So are you guys ready? We're going to take 2 minutes. Do you know where to go for that? Go on your Facebook page. You don't know? Okay, I'll show you. Perfect. Share screen. Okay, I'll show you here. So right here, when you're on your Facebook, you see everybody's birthday on the right here. You see the little gift. So I'll click on there. And the little trick is, what you can do is you can open sorry about that. You can open a chat box for each of them. So it'll be faster when you have many friends. You start having a lot of, actually it works like that. I don't remember how we would do it. Oh, like this. Okay, no, sorry about that. So I'll do this like that. When I have like more than 10, I'll always open all the box. So I'll just go on their name and then I click message. So it's going to open all of the boxes I need to send them happy birthday messages. And then I'll be ready to go. And I'll also always put their name there. And like, I'll personalize it if it's like one of my best friends. So it's not going to be the same, but it's really good for 2 reasons. It's so easy for you to get in contact with people. Like Bob, I'm still going to wish him happy birthday. He's the coach, but that's okay. You don't just do things to build a business. You also do things to be a nice human being, right? So, all right, I'm going to stop sharing that. So you guys saw what I did? So we're going to take a few minutes. You're going to have a chance to go to your birthday messages, open them up, make sure that you're sending it in their inbox, wish them happy birthday. And then that's a really good way to open a conversation for something else. And it's good for 2 reasons. You're connecting with people, so it's nice. You're adding value to their life because you're thinking of them, wishing them happy birthday. And you're getting interaction in messages, which is what Facebook wants you to do. So what's going to happen when you're active on Facebook and you're posting, you're going to show up in these people's news feeds because you've had interactions. All right, you guys ready? It's 9:28. We're going to take 2 minutes. 1, 2, 3, go. Well, I got it done on a dot. Okay, were you able to send a few messages? Were there people on your Facebook that had their birthday today? If the answer is no, your goal is to have more friends. So every day you have people to wish happy birthday to, right? Sounds good? And how we do that, well, Melanie talked about it a bit. So a lot of things that I did, especially at the beginning. Oh, I'm going to mute everybody. Just, I think we're good. All right. So a lot of the things that I did is I would join mom's group. I'm a mom of 3 kids. They're pretty young, 6, 4, and almost 2. So at the beginning, I had my Leo, who was still a baby when I started with coaching, and I joined mom's group. And let me just see why I can't do it. Okay. And I would just start connecting with ladies in there. So that was my way, and I would ask questions and I would answer questions too. So think about things that you love in life or where you're at in life. Like, let's say I'm also a member of the city town that I'm from here, like where I live. So I can go build a relationship there too. So just think about, like, if you're into photography or anything that you're into that might not be related to Beachbody, that you can go build relationships with people. And then your goal is to add value in that group, answer questions, share your knowledge too, to add value with people. And then when you have a few interactions with people, or like you've seen them, you've been liking their stuff, you have a connection with them. You're not coming out of the blue, right? They're going to know, like, you're members of the same group, and then you can just start chatting. And sometimes I would invite them to like my page or ask them what they do in life, and then they would ask me what I do in life, and then I get a chance to talk about what I do and eventually invite them. All right, so that was the first thing. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go friend request people. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So we're going to take a few minutes. Let's say we're going to take like 3 minutes to go friend request people. So either also search by location, right? You go at the top of your Facebook search button, and then you can find people by location, or maybe you go in groups that our members are and look at people and add 10 new people on your Facebook. All right. If you do that every day, that's like 360 people a year. That's a lot of people. And then you're open to their whole network. And that's what we do. It's network marketing we do, right? All right. So let's do that in 3, 2, 1. We're taking 3 minutes to go add people to our Facebook list. You can also see mutual friends. So that's another way to add people. As an example for me, like, I just type again, like, new mom or nouvelle maman in French. And I have a bunch of groups that come up, and I can even find groups per region. So that's another way. If that's a stage of your life, you can go and find people and start adding value there, connecting with other human being. Really, what we're doing on social media is trying to recreate what we do in real life, right? What would you do with someone in real life? You don't want it to feel awkward. So just think that you're a human being talking to another human being. All right, a few minutes left. All right. All right. I think we're good. Okay. So did you get 10? Were you able to get 10? Right? Okay. You can track these people too. And I mean, you don't have to rush this, right? So you're going to have to decide how you want to do that. But for the purpose of the call, we're going to try to get as much done in an hour. But then after that, figure out what works for you. You might not want to add everybody to, like, look at their profile and see, oh, what kind of person are they? Like, is that the type of people I would like to work with? Is that the type of people that I would like to have as a challenger? So we don't want to prejudge, but we can have a feeling of is that person have the same values as me, or like same. Do you write down when you send an invitation, or only when they respond? I don't track at that point, but it could be a way to do it. I feel like it's like sort of an invite, so I won't track it. For me personally, right now, what I track is people that have showed that they're interested already. So once we start having a conversation about a challenge group or coaching opportunity, this is when I start tracking. But if I was a brand new coach and I didn't have a following, I didn't have notoriety that I have right now, I would probably start tracking much sooner so I can start building relationship and follow people. So whatever you're doing, make sure that it's helping you progress. If you're maybe not proactive enough with tracking, I would probably try it and see, okay, how about I track these people? And it's very easy for me. So I have a very simple spreadsheet. And when I first started, I would just write their Facebook name on it, which is like, don't do that. Okay. Go on the top of your Facebook page, type the URL from their profile and save that in an Excel. So that my contact list, I always have the Facebook URL, but mostly I'll have emails now. Is there a way to track the new friends that I added on Facebook? I think you can see when they were added, but it's a good question. Hold on. Find friends. If you go to your friends list, maybe you'll see. I think you can see like added recently. So maybe check it out and go to your friends list and see if you can. There is a recently added tab. Thank you, Christy. Awesome. Perfect. So you can check that out, and that would be a good way for you to track. So if you want to do it fast, let's say you add 10 people and you're like, okay, I'm moving on to the next task. Well, maybe tomorrow you'll be like, oh, I'm going to follow up with these people. Who added me? Can I go like see their Facebook, see what they're up to, comment on a few of their pictures, like their profile picture, etc. So you're kind of like getting in people's news feed and you're like, hey, I'm interested in who you are, right? Okay. Next thing is to follow 20 people on Instagram. So everybody, you have your phone close to you. Our second brain, right? We carry it everywhere we go. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go on Instagram and we're going to go there's two things we can find. So we can find like 2-3 different profiles that we can do that we like. Okay. People that we follow. And then we're going to go in their following and see the pictures and click on the people's name, look at the 9 first pictures that show up right on their Instagram and say, hey, oh, I like this person. I'm going to start following her. I'm going to click like on a few pictures that she posted. I say she because my market is women in French, but so you decide what your market is. And then what I'll do is sometimes accounts, like bigger accounts that I like to follow that are not coaches and not really necessarily related to Beachbody at all, I'll go see. It's just a way to find people, right? So I'll go see their following and be like, oh, I like that girl. I'm going to add her. Are you guys ready to do that? So 20 people, again, you might just try to get as many as you can. And after that, we'll come back and we'll take 5 minutes for that. And then we can move on. All right. So 9:41, we'll get back at 9:46. Are you guys ready? Let's do this. So if you want to see the followings, you go on the account that you like, and then you click on followers at the top, right? And then you scroll down. If their account is private, you'll have to request it, and I still request it. So I'm not able to go like and comment right away if it's a private account. Also take a look at like how many followers they have, like if there might be already like into a business or some sort of promoting something on Instagram. So I keep that in mind as well. So when I can, I'll go and like the pictures, and I'll leave a comment on one of them. Okay, we've got a few minutes, got 3 minutes left. I didn't get so many. I got 3 so far, so maybe it'll take more time for 20, right? And the purpose is that when you go and like people's few posts, like 5 to 6 pictures, you get their attention. Like you're gonna pop in their notification, and you'll be like, "Who's that person?" And then they're gonna want to take a look at who you are, and that's when it's super important for you that what you're showcasing on your Instagram, your first 9 pictures that are gonna pop match what you're offering, right? You should be sharing your journey. You should be talking about who you are. Obviously, we don't want to just be Beachbody and workouts and fitness, but for me, fitness is one of my strengths. Like it's something that I love, so I do lead with it. I love cooking. I love posting pretty pictures of my food, so this is something that I lead with. But if you don't like cooking, don't pretend you do. If you're not into fitness so much, but you do it because it makes you feel good, and for other reasons, just focus on being who you are, and that's what's gonna catch people's attention. At the end of the day, you want to attract people that are a bit like you. So if you're not being authentic, you're not attracting the right people. Well, that looks yummy. This is fun. Got 1 minute left. And I talked previously about someone that might be promoting something. If they're like they have their own business or something, that's fine. But I mean, I wouldn't want to like go follow someone that's in a different MLM, if you will. It's just kind of pointless, right? So just remember that, because other people that are into social media, that could be really cool because they're already in the habit of posting daily. It's something that is natural for them. So, oh, that looks good. Okay. And obviously post something that, like, a comment that relates to the picture, right? Like, don't be just leave just a general comment, and then you can ask a question too. So that's a good way to interact. Like, if the person is not saying where they took that beautiful picture of the sunset, maybe ask, hey, that's beautiful, where was that taken? I'd love to go there. Something like that, right? Okay, we're good. I think we took an extra minute. So that's another way to add to your network. And then the next thing we're going to do is to interact with people who commented on our post, okay? So we talked about it before. Hopefully you get in the habit of creating content every single day and having calls to actions here and there, so you have people to go interact with. So I'll go on my post from yesterday. I posted a transformation picture, and I did it on purpose. Sometimes I reply right away if I have the time to do it, but I save time, so I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to do it on Instagram and Facebook, and we're going to take, oh man, we don't have much time left. So let's say just 5 minutes to go interact with people. And you can do, usually I separate it. I'll do like interact with people that comment and like my post. I'll do 10 minutes of that. And then I'll go to my Insta stories and connect with people. So I'll go see their stories and I'll go comment on their stories. And what's cool about that, again, with Instagram, I feel it's so easy to get in conversation with people because they get it directly in their message. Whereas if you're using a like page, if you're using like the Facebook, you can't be showing up in their inbox unless you're sending it with a personal message or they previously commented on one of your posts. So then you can message with your page. So, but anyways, in a nutshell, it's easier, more accessible on Instagram. So we'll take 5 minutes to go to Insta stories and or Facebook on our last post, interact with people, leave a comment and message them privately. All right, let's do as many as we can. Let's go. I'm gonna mute myself because I'll go listen to stories. I muted. That's funny. Okay, so if you don't know, go on your Instagram and you're going to see the stories at the top, and you can scroll through all the people that posted stories. If you don't have anyone, that's okay. You can also go to your last post and interact with people that liked, comment, leave a comment, and start conversation with them. So right now, like most of the stories that I see are all from coaches. So that's not the most efficient way for me to use my time. So I'm going to go directly to comments and likes from my previous posts. So if you had a call to action, I'm going to include that in the last few minutes that we have, and maybe I'll leave it open for a few questions at the end if you do have some. But we're going to focus on getting the last points done. And if you didn't have time, make sure that you get your power hour in every day. This is like a good amount of the work that you can do while we're here, but you can duplicate that and do it like another time throughout the day. So another thing that I would do is everybody that answered or liked my post that has a call to action, I'll go to their inbox, message them privately and say, hey, would you like more? And thank you for your for liking my post. It means a lot for me, to me. Would you like to have more information about what I do as a coach, or are you working out too? Are you in the Beachbody world? Like, depending on the person I'm talking to, but I'm going to try to get the conversation to what I have to offer. You see, that girl's telling me that it's her second postpartum, getting back in shape after her second baby. And that's like that's easy for me to go talk to her privately and say, hey, how's it going? What are you doing to get back in shape? And then we can start a conversation. I'm going to do that right now. And then there's always this person that says that you looked amazing on the before picture. Well, thank you. If you guys didn't have any comments or interactions, you can just continue to expand your network and focus on creating new posts to make sure that you create engagement too with people. All right. Okay, a few more minutes. We're almost at the end of this power hour. Now I get to work out. That's here. All right, guys. I think that would be it. And I'll check the chat. Well, you guys can continue, and I'll check the chat see if you have had any questions. Okay. I guess choosing what person to follow regarding the post. Yeah, Pamela, sometimes I'll pay attention to how many followers they have and the posts that they have, but depending. If I'm like looking for someone to be in my challenge group, I don't really care so much that they have a following or not, or that they're active on Instagram, and everything can be taught, right? So I don't try to over prejudge, but I do pay attention to that. Do you always direct message if they just like your posts or interact with them on their profile pictures? I will sometimes. If they like my stuff, it's because they're actually saying, "Hey, I'm interested in what you're doing. I like what you're doing." So I feel like the door is open. And if they don't like it, then they won't like it. That's okay. Um, they only have 19 posts. Maybe you should follow them anyways, because maybe they just got started with Instagram. So it depends. And then you can keep an eye. I mean, it's not like Facebook too, like where you have 5,000 limit friends. I mean, the more you expand your network, the better it is, in my opinion. Especially at first, when you're like building your network. What is a doc you mentioned earlier? I mentioned a few documents. I'm not sure which one. Can you give me more details about the document? All right. Was this helpful, guys? Hopefully, yes. Yay, I'm happy. We were quite a lot. Cool. Very cool. So we got some good work done. I really appreciate you being here. This is fun. This is good for me. And I mean, we all could take a little extra accountability, right? So, I mean, I like doing that too. You can do that with your workouts too. With Zoom, it's so nice that we can connect like that so easily. Well, thank you so much. I will share the recording with the girls I work with. And then if you want to do this again, you can do it again. If you want to get back to the documents that I shared, did you reply? I'm not sure. I think it was your Power Hour one. Yeah, okay. I can share that. Everything is written in French, but most of the terms are in English anyways, but I will translate it. It's an easy thing. So I will do that, and I will share it with the other coaches that we're hosting with, and it will get to your team page. All right? I'll put it in English so everyone understands. And then pour mes amis francophones, je n'avais pas encore parlé en français. Alors, je vais parler un peu en français. I will share with you guys too. Je vais le partager. Ça a été fait par Anne Barrio et Jacinthe Legault qui ont fait ça. Donc, elles avaient déjà fait des live power hour dans notre équipe. Si vous voulez aller voir sur la page de l'INS Empire, c'est déjà disponible. Thank you so much. Merci beaucoup. I hope you have a wonderful day. And we'll be back next week for another round of power hours. Let's go change some lives. Thank you, guys. Bye.